It's small.
Okay, well, it's 6 o'clock. Good evening, everyone. We're so glad you're with us for this is our last one, isn't it, Donna Lisa?
It is our very last one.
We've enjoyed having all of you. We hope you've gotten something valuable out of every one of these sessions that we've had. If there are questions at the end of this, if there are any questions on what else you need to do for the rest of your money or anything like that, we can answer those at the end, but we want to make sure VR gets everything she wants to get in this evening while we've got her here. So looks like we have a good number of you here already, so we will go ahead and get started. I know many of you already know VR. VR Small is founder and CEO of the Veteran Women's Enterprise Center, a national initiative designed to empower entrepreneur women associated with the military to scale for success, committed to advocacy and business development. VR serves on the advisory committee for TWU, Center for Women Entrepreneurs, is a fellow of SMU, Hunt Institute for Engineering and Humanity, Inclusive Economy, Dallas Public Voices 2019, and Bush Institute Stand to Veteran Leadership Program, featured in Dallas Innovates 2020, The Future 50. North Texans to watch, and then selected as the SBA's DFW 2020 Veteran Small Business Advocate of the Year and the Department of Veterans Affairs Center for Women Veterans 2021 Trailblazer, Women Veterans Leading the Way. And I think I've heard of something else recently. She is too on the top 25, what is it, on the Dallas Business Journal. So for those that don't know her, we're pleased to have VR with us tonight.
Woohoo! So ladies, I'm going to share my screen because we have a PowerPoint. Let me just see if they'll let me do that. Share my screen. Hopefully I can manipulate this without too many problems. Let me see where my things are here. So you guys know how to reach our website. And today's session is the Partnership Advantage. And it is a small business growth strategy to teach you to go from competition to collaboration. I'm going to talk a little bit about why you're here and what you hope to get out of that process. But our actual goals: gain insight on how to apply the partnership advantage to your business growth plan. Examine how small business owners can transform competitors into collaborators, creating opportunities for local, state, federal, and global goals. Finally, discuss applicable strategies to recognize and develop sustainable relationships that support your company's vision, mission, culture, and purpose. So let's talk about partnerships. And you guys can open up your microphone since we are in a meet group. And when you think about a partnership, what do you think about it? Are you guys in any partnerships?
Hey, VR, we've got a lot of music.
Okay. My music is my background music. Can you guys hear me, or you can only hear the music?
We can barely hear you.
Okay. Let's see what we can do about that. Well, I'm going to go over this because the music plays through this slide. And then I'll just recap it. Boom. So to gain insight on how to apply the partnership advantage, let's talk a little bit about partnerships that you all may have. Are you guys in any type of partnership relationships now?
I am.
Who's that?
Christine Walker with Double Dog Publishing. It's not a business partnership per se, but it's a a good friend of mine owns Soldier Girl Coffee. And so we have officially made her the official copy of Addie's Veterans Magazine.
I like
And
it.
so we give her ads, she sends me coffee. We're gonna do a Facebook Live, I think this Sunday at 10. And so we're gonna announce some things and announce our partnership and do stuff like that.
Absolutely. I want all of you to be thinking about, you got a pretty big group here. What are some of the things that you can bring together? And we're going to talk through the whole process here. So one of the things that's most important to this, synergy. Productive, collaborative relationships is going to be that the simultaneous action of separate entities that together have greater total effect than the sum of their individual effects. So that synergy is what I want you to keep in the back of your mind as we go through this whole workshop. Where is there synergy? Where is there an opportunity for me to have an impact that would be greater than what I'm doing as an individual business owner? And that's always going to be possible if you open your eyes, if you think outside the box. You do not have to do it alone. You do not have to go it alone. There's so many opportunities for collaboration. I want you to keep that word synergy in the back of your mind. So collaboration. Collaboration at the conceptual level involves a conscious awareness of cost. So if you're going to collaborate with somebody, both of you need to be consciously aware that it's going to cost everybody something. There has to be a willingness to compromise. It's not going to be able to be your way as if you were just making all the decisions in your business. One of the key points is number 3, caring about your partners. So the partners have to know that you're not just in this for what you can get, but you also value and are thinking about what they can get. A consensus on strategies. And some of us are A personalities, so we can be a little strong and kind of push people in the directions we want to go. But if you want to have a really good partnership, you want to have consensus on your strategies. And then a real commitment to the process. So there are so many value adds to having partnerships. I just picked a couple out that I like. So one, you're going to increase innovations because now you and that person are coming together, and I don't care what anybody says, 2 heads are always better than 1. If you do it right, you're going to multiply your network because you not just have your audience, you have their audience. You're going to escalate your education because you both are going to bring your own wealth of knowledge and experiences to the table. And I say you both, thinking about 2, but you could have a partnership with 3 or 4 people. So it doesn't have to just be 1 or 2. You're going to reserve some resources. I'm going to talk to you about how you can do that. And then definitely you're going to strengthen your problem solving ability because now you're not just trying to figure it out on your own, but you're figuring it out with a group. Any questions about those values or any input? Okay. We want to examine how small business owners can transform competitors into collaborators, creating opportunities for local, state, federal, and global growth. These are all things that you can do. So, of course, you can have a collaborative partnership. Purchasing partnerships are huge. I don't know if Jeremy jumped on yet, but being able to come together as a group and purchase gives you greater buying power. And you don't need somebody else to do that for you. You can start an outreach to people in your industry and say, hey, let's work together on this. All of us have to get X item. Let's purchase it together and then distribute equally. Joint ventures, partnering with a nonprofit, which some of you may not have thought about, but is a really good way to start your social campaign, to be able to give back, but to also broaden your reach because nonprofits are going to have a different audience, but probably some of the very people you want to do business with you. And then, of course, you can develop informal alliances. So let's talk about a couple of companies that have done this. When you think of GoPro and Red Bull, what kind of relationship or why do you think these couple of companies would come together? Anybody?
Active. They're both active. The
Active.
people are active. Their audience is active.
Exactly. Anybody else? Red Bull and GoPro.
Think of like people who sort of live on the edge, very like dangerous. They have all those, the events that they sponsor together are all very like extreme sports, things like that.
Exactly. And so that's one of the awesome things. They have lifestyle brands, both of them. And so they have a shared value. Their people are go-getters, they're risk takers, they're fearless. And so putting the two of them together is a perfect match. But not everybody that has a GoPro may be someone that's drinking Red Bull and likewise. But now coming together and doing their advertising, they broaden their audience because they brought both of those audiences together, which do have some shared values. What about Pottery Barn and Sherwin-Williams? Any collaborations you can see there?
Decorating.
Yeah, decorating, design.
Decorating. And in this particular one, what was really interesting is they actually created a new product line. So it wasn't about saying, hey, we're in the same space, but Sherwin-Williams were able to come up with paint swabs that they could match up with Pottery Barn, and people could pick colors that match their furniture. So a whole new product line, a whole new way of looking at doing their business and creating another opportunity for people to say, oh, I like this paint. I already see it matches the furniture that I'm buying from this particular provider. And last but not least, BMW and Louis Vuitton. What do they have in common?
Similar clients, customers.
Similar clients, customers.
Yes. Upper class, perspective.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So the biggie here with them is that, hey, they're both the business of travel. They're both luxury products. They're well-known, traditional brand known for high quality craftsmanship. But look what they did. Again, a new product line. BMW has their setup for their luggage, and Louis Vuitton created a whole 4-piece set that fit perfectly in the BMW. So now travel with the best. You've got the best car, so now you go out and get the best luggage that fits perfectly into your car. Just thinking outside the box and saying, hey, there's more to the business I can get than just a car. I can get people to look at Louis Vuitton. They're making more money, but Louis Vuitton people are now taking another interest in BMW. Well, why does Louis Vuitton have a special thing for BMW? Do they make it for Mercedes? And no. Does that make a difference? For some people, yeah. For some people who are brand committed, that makes a big difference. Can you think of some opportunities within your group that might be brand opportunities for you guys to come together and match up a brand, create a new line, do something different than what you're doing that could take your business to the next level? Any ideas since you've been working and talking and meeting together?
Yes, hi, this is Shay Jackson. I actually have befriended Shauna Young, and I found that she's an ed tech company as well. And we've definitely been talking about different projects that we can partner on together.
That's awesome. That's going to expand your brand, but it's also going to expand your audience. And if you do it with a marketing piece, now that 500 or that 1,000 piece of marketing materials is not going to cost you whatever it would have been, 250 or 500, but now you guys are going to split that cost. And if you create referral programs where if they do business with you, they get 10% off, but if they do business with her, they get 10% off for you. You're driving your customers back to each other. Have other people thought about or looked at ideas that might work for them?
Yeah.
Anybody else?
So I haven't really
chatted a lot with everyone in this program just yet, but in a previous program I did, I have a friend who works a social media business. We met through that program, and she does social media and social media coaching, and I do online courses. So we paired up because she wanted to create an online course, and I needed to create more portfolio style projects for my business. And we were able to work together to do the course. And just like you said, we kind of divided the costs, the production time, like all of those different parts of the project, and also agreed on a revenue split for all of that. So
See, that's awesome. And you led right into something I wanted to talk about. Bartering used to be really big with businesses, but integrity in bartering became a real problem because maybe your service that you're providing to me is worth $1,500, but the service I'm going to provide to you is really only worth about $750. And what would happen is everybody wanted to balance it out so they wouldn't owe anybody. So people would start upping their prices. And that goes back to what I said before, understanding the costs, being able to compromise. I'm going to get my $1,500 here because that's what it costs, but I'm going to circle back around to you and you're going to do something else for me. You're bartering, you're not actually exchanging dollars, you're exchanging services. So that was an awesome deal that they did. She got her social media, the other lady was able to get her program up, and they were both able to make profits off of each one of those strategies that they put together. So definitely be thinking in your network, where are the opportunities to collaborate? Because collaboration can mean more money for you, not less, more in saving as well as more in profits. The key phrase here was shared values. If you guys don't believe in the same thing, that's going to be problematic. And if you don't have the same value about how you treat your customers or what kind of customer service you provide, that's going to be a problem. So I always tell people, do a project. Don't say right away, oh, we're going to be partners. No, we're going to do a project together and fill each other out. Make sure that you're on the same lines of communication. Make sure that you have the same kind of work ethics. Make sure that you feel about your clients the same way. Some of you may feel the client's always right, and somebody else may say, nope, they're not always right. And I'm not going to give this and I'm not going to do that. So you got to make sure you're on the same page, because once you tie your brand to their brand, that's going to be a difficult thing to undo. So you want to make sure it's a good match from the beginning. Here's some great ideas for purchasing. And I don't know what the different things you guys are doing, but one of the things I always say to my clients, you don't need to wait for somebody else to come up with a great idea. If you're in an industry where you know you have to purchase something in bulk and it's costing you an arm and a leg because just you are buying it, you need to start networking with your other providers and finding out, do they have the same pain point? Are they also spending more money than they want to, feeling like that is a drain on their profits? Then you guys need to start looking at how can we create a buying or purchasing collaboration so that we can buy in bulk and then we all can share in the savings, and then you make your money back because you save more. You can charge the same amount, but guess what? You're making more profit now because you didn't pay what you paid for before. So you don't even have to increase your prices when you look at opportunities like this. So make sure you're thinking outside the box. Don't wait for somebody else to take the lead. Take the lead. Where's your pain point? Who else might have that pain point? And how can you guys work collaboratively to relieve it? Now, this is where we talked about nonprofits. And I'm going to put up all three because they're both international, but I'm really just going to talk to you about strategies. You guys didn't get a chance to introduce yourselves. So do me a favor. Can we just do a quick introductions? The first person I'm seeing is Sylvia. Can you just tell me a little bit about what you do and what your business is?
Hello, my name is Sylvia
Hi.
Johnson. I'm the owner of True Believers Cane Corso, and we breed Cane Corso puppies. We have a business. We actually live in Frisco, Texas. The kennel is actually in Longview, Texas. Me and my husband, that's what we do.
And that is not a nonprofit. That is a business.
That is a business. It is for
That's
profit.
awesome. That is awesome. Leslie, you're next on my screen. I know what you do, but just to be fair, go ahead.
Leslie, I run North Texas Voice and Speech. I own North Texas Voice and Speech. And we provide medical-based speech language pathology services specializing in voice and swallowing disorders. Ta-da.
And the young lady whose last part of her definition is lavender. Is that Dorina?
Okay. Yes, I had to unmute. This is Ann Carnes, and we have a lavender farm 45 miles south of San Antonio. And we grow lavender, we sell lavender. We have a lavender farm shop that people come in and buy lavender products, garden gift items. And that's what we do.
Awesome. That's awesome. Okay, Caroline, I know what you do too, but go ahead.
Hey, I'm Caroline Hirschbach, and I own CKH Coaching, and I coach veteran women through their veteran identity and to success in professional and personal life.
Awesome. Shauna Young.
Hello, I'm the owner of Apollo Ed Learning Solutions. I am building a platform for K-12 sector that's going to align professional goal setting with the appraisal process and professional learning.
Awesome. Thank you. And I can't, some of my screens come to you, but I think it's Miss Garcia Gallery. Estrada, is it Estrada?
Yes. Hi, I'm an artist and I own a small art gallery, and that's what I do.
What kind of art?
Well, I do figurative art. Right now I'm doing a series of women veterans that I want to display at a show, and I have different ideas for what I'm going to do with that show. But I also have local artists that that I showcase. I'm part of Texas Folk Life, which is a nonprofit, and Art Sparks Texas, and Ava Fest 2021. You were talking about collaboration and synergy.
Mm-hmm.
I work with these 3 nonprofits to, well, first to give art classes and to promote the veteran artists, but it also helps me because I get a larger group of contacts so we can all have a more communication and networking in the art community.
So do you do those paint and wine sessions?
I can. I'm actually going to do one at a VFW in August. Yes, I do.
Jeremy, I'm hearing wine. I'm hearing wine.
We have
need to get connected with the gallery. Yeah, everybody keeps asking me to do that, but where I'm located, we're on government property, so we can't have alcohol. But I've had so many people ask for those wine and paint sessions, so it seems like it's very popular, and you've got a wine brand right in your group here. Yeah. Carmen, I think you're next.
Hi, I'm Carmen Rosella Joyner. I own Recruit to Work Employment Services, and I am on a mission to decrease the unemployment rate amongst veterans. So exclusively, I cater to putting veterans to work.
Awesome. Do you have any special industry, or is it just across the board?
Well, I thought about the across the board, but since I've talked to my mentor, she has kind of got me to drill down. So I'm going to only looking for areas, and that's going to be medical, legal, retail, and schools. So academic. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yes, thank you.
Cassie. Or is it Casey? Am I saying it wrong? Cassie?
Cassie.
Cassie, okay.
I own Revive Coffee LLC. I bought a building in Fort Worth, and I have some space I'm trying to rent out. And then also I'm gonna open a coffee shop, and I want to give a portion of my proceeds back to local nonprofits.
That is awesome. And what's the projected date for opening your coffee shop?
My school mentors are telling me November. We'll see.
So we'd love to get connected with you because, of course, at our center, we have a cafe lounge. So maybe you'll come and do a coffee tasting over in Dallas, and we'll give you some space to let people sample your new coffee.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely. And next on my screen is Shay.
Good evening. My name is Shay Jackson with Dace Cyber Solutions. We are an information security company that assists small and medium-sized healthcare organizations with IT security governance, risk management, and also compliance, especially the HIPAA security rule.
So Shay, you know about Empower, right?
No.
So look up Empower. Is a nonprofit, huge, they're nationwide, but their Dallas group is always looking for relationships, and they're always looking for mentorships for the men and women who are all veterans that they run through their program. So you may be able to get people that you can bring into your company at a reduced rate with some support from them to train them or place them. So you might work with Carmen to place them after you train them if you can't keep them on full time, but you may be able to get that additional assistance by partnering up with them because they do have a cybersecurity program.
It's Empower, like the letter N and then power?
Yes, ma'am. N is capital, P is capital, and the rest is lowercase.
Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely. And Christine, I know what you do, but go ahead. You're on mute.
Christine Walker with Double Dot Publishing, and we publish a national veterans magazine called Addie's Veterans Magazine. And so I'm a little wonky. We're gearing up to go to print for our fall issues. So it's a very
know what that's like. Well, you got a lot of collaborations you could do here because everybody wants press and want to get connected. So you just have to decide how you want to work those deals out to get some of these ladies to the table, or have a segment for veteran women, or a segment, for veteran-owned businesses in your magazine. But you just got opportunity out there.
Oh yeah, and don't think I'm not going to hit you guys up, because I have a section called Girls in Grit, and that's basically your story as female soldier, female vet. So anyway, I'll be hitting you guys up.
And Julie?
Hi, I'm Julie James, and I create online courses. As I mentioned, I help small business owners simplify and streamline their businesses so they can do more in less time with less stress. And I do that through workflow automation, technology integration, and setting them up for for passive income through online learning and learning products. And you can learn more about that at juliejames.com. You can email me at juliejames.com if that's something you're interested in talking about.
Share me. You should introduce her to Jennifer, because she's setting up her online platform, and I don't know how apt she is at that, if she's struggling through or she's figured it out. If you're on here, share me.
For sure. I'm happy to talk any of those things: websites, email automation, business processes, and online learning. It's my favorite subjects.
Thank you. Erica, I know who you are, but go.
Hi guys, I'm Erica McKim. I started And I Like It. We are a low carb, keto friendly mini cheesecake company. And we also make candy pecans that are low carb. But what makes us special is we have our own all natural sugar substitute. It's a sugar replacement, so it makes us different than every other keto company. And that was developed with the help of my biochemist sister, because of my severe allergic reactions to a lot of the sugar-free products on the market. So that's a little bit about us.
Awesome. And everybody can find a reason to use Erica, because she's a great gift to just about anybody that eats cheesecake. Lisa, who's Brass Ovaries? Is that what it says?
Yeah, it's Brass Ovaries. We've been in business for 14 years, but we're a world famous pole and aerial art studio out of Austin, Texas. But we're one of the first studios that would teach pole dancing to men, which I thought was ridiculous.
Well, it must be making you money.
Well, the name you'll never forget.
Absolutely not. I'm like, am I getting this right, or am I missing something? All right. And Nancy, I think you're next on my screen.
Hi, I'm Nancy Bagel. owner of United Phoenix Designs, and I am a sewing workroom fabricating soft furnishings for your home or office, doing window treatments, draperies, pillows, cushions, and bedding.
Oh, that's interesting. So home design?
Yes, home decor, home design.
Okay. Gilda, I'm thinking.
Hi there. I am.
Oh, is that you, Christine?
Hello, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
This is Gilda.
Okay.
Hi, I am Gilda Matata Valle. I actually own 2 small businesses. I have a CBD shop on the northwest side of San Antonio. We offer same-day home delivery, in-store shopping, curbside pickup, and obviously shipping as well. And
You're fading out a little bit, but I think I heard you have CBD products.
Yes, ma'am. And I also own a farmer's market where we're open every weekend on the northwest side of San Antonio. A farmer's market Saturdays 10 to 5, Sundays 11 to 5. So if anybody, any one of you ladies are in San Antonio and are looking for a farmer's market to sell your product, contact us.
Awesome. I'm seeing lavender.
There you go.
Julie,
hello, everybody. I'm Julie. I'm the owner of Sold This by Jules. What I have is a message in a bag company where I provide gift bags in the form of totes, which I target 4 different areas: healthcare, individual, seasonal bags, and corporate bags. And I provide you a bag custom made to suit whatever you have, and the bag is actually filled with gifts. I also will be providing a gift buffet where we'll have the bags already made, and your individual parties, you can have people pick so many gifts. So it's going to be considered like a gift buffet.
Nice. I like that. That's very interesting. So you got a lot of opportunities to partner up with people who want to give out gifts to their special clients or gifts to their special partners or vendors that they're doing great business with. So great idea.
There's a couple I already want to network with, especially the one who have the farmers market and the internet person.
Absolutely. And don't forget about my wine.
Oh, I have wine bags too.
Justina, thank you so much. Justina?
Justina
hi.
is our, there she is.
Yeah, I'm the business advisor here at the Center for Women Entrepreneurs.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Awesome. Lisa, you're up.
I'm not camera ready. Spent the afternoon with Justina. Great meeting. I'm Lisa Bass with Combat Boots Jewelry. I like to say, you know, we served our country and we served our branch, but we earned our boots. And the proceeds go back to a program called In Her Boots, which is about sexual assault prevention in our military. We believe in prevention before reaction. And we have a book that was just launched, Inner Boots. So that can be found at innerboots.org or the jewelry at combatbootsjewelry.com. Thank you.
Thank you. And everybody can connect with Lisa because her products make great gift ideas too. Deanna?
Good evening. I'm Deanna Montalvo, and I'm the owner of La Loba Lingerie. I'm trying to create a online e-commerce space for intimate attire for curvy and fuller women.
Nice. Very nice. Is there another Julie or am I looping over somebody? Is there another, did I already do Julie Otter?
So that's Julie's note-taking thing.
Okay.
It's not a, it's her AI.
No problem. Okay. Sheremy, you're up.
Hi, my name is Sheremy Law. I am the owner and co-founder of Sheremy Wine. We are 100% Texas grown, Texas made wine. And we got some of the best stuff around.
Nice. I see Catherine, are you part of the team or one of the business owners? Catherine Owen?
She's in the chat, VR. She doesn't have a mic.
Okay. And I've got too many things going on here with the screen open. And I think I have Elma. I think that's gonna be our last one, right,
Hello,
ladies?
everyone. My name is Elma Oriayo, and I'm the owner of BB's Nail Bar. I'm so sorry I can't show my face right now because I kind of just got into an accident and I have been crying all day. So I was kind of late. But I am the owner of BB's Nail Bar. It is a nail salon that will be providing services like manicures, pedicures, gel extensions, acrylic extensions, gel X, whatever kind of nail services, you name it, we got it. I currently have a store in the Houston area that I'm still, renovating, and hopefully we will be able to open by the end of next month.
Awesome. I was just about to ask you where you were located, girl. I need a new nail tissue, but you're too far. That's too far to travel for nails. So you ladies have some awesome things going on and some awesome opportunities.
Hey, I didn't get to say anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I miss anybody else? Please tell me, Lisa.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
two
sweetheart.
Lisas in the group.
Everybody keeps moving in the squares, so that's why I said, did I miss some, Julie? Or so go ahead, Lisa. I'm sorry.
Hi, my name is Lisa Crawford Thomas, and I'm the founder of Cura Bello Skincare, and it is natural skincare for people like me with sensitive skin. And we have a variety of body moisturizers and skin refiners that will help with anything from extreme dryness, flaking, itching, anything like that. It's all natural. So anybody, eczema, anything like that, I have it. So I tested out on me and my family first for a long time before I put it on the market.
Thank you, Lisa. I don't know how I missed you. I'm so sorry. Okay, did I miss anybody else?
Yes, you have one more, Deanna.
Okay, Deanna.
Yep.
Hi. I'm the owner. My name's Deanna. I'm the owner of RDA Fitness and MMA. We are a small MMA gym on the far west side of San Antonio. We teach Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, judo, kickboxing for kids and adults. We do have a partnership with two nonprofits. The first being We Defy. We Defy is a nonprofit that helps our combat veterans through way of physical fitness and martial arts. And then we also partner with Tap Cancer Out. Both my husband and I are battling cancer right now. So we try to raise funds every year to give back to the cancer community.
Wow. Okay. That's awesome, and definitely want to lift your family up in prayer. And BB too, who said she had just been in an accident. We want to keep her in our thoughts and our prayers, and just help her get through this situation, because I know that can be extremely stressful, and we don't know how impactful it was, but definitely we're thinking of you.
Thank you. It wasn't that serious. It's a little dent in my car, but I'm totally fine. So
okay, good. That's good to know. So one, you guys have some amazing businesses. So I'm glad I got to hear a little bit about who you are and what you're doing. And I want you to continue to think, as you listen to what everybody else is doing, where there are opportunities to do a GoPro kind of Red Bull concept. Where do you have values that are shared, where your audience may not be the exact same, but they have some real clear connected values that you can match up and say, these people would be interested in both of these items, and we can reserve some of our resources and expand our network just by finding a collaborative opportunity. And also new product lines, new ways of doing things. I know you're small, so you're like, oh, I just want to do what I'm doing now. But sometimes you've got to kind of pivot and think outside the box, particularly if what you're doing isn't getting you the outcomes that you want. Are there other opportunities? And are there other opportunities with some of the people that you met? And to have a deeper relationship, like have a virtual coffee with them outside of this group, where you can talk more about what you do, what you want to do, and maybe Some ideas will come out of that, but you never know until you have that conversation. So I encourage you to do that. The other thing I'm going to remind you to do, and I know all of you are prolific networkers, is make sure that you get connected. If you don't belong to some of the meetup groups are really active, and they stayed active during COVID with virtual events. And then now you've got groups that are going to stay virtual because they might be regional or statewide or national. And so those groups may be good for you too, because if you have an online business, you have a product that you're selling, you're not just selling to people locally around the corner, you're selling to people all over the world and all over the nation and maybe even all over the world. And then look for those nonprofit opportunities. Is there a nonprofit that aligns with what you're doing that you can partner up with? Maybe it's only pennies on the dollar. Some of these big corporations, if you pay attention, are giving pennies on a dollar. They're not like giving $1 for every blank you spend, pennies. So you can do pennies on the dollar, but that money always goes back to that nonprofit, and it brings you into that community, and it gives you a chance to give back and start to build your own social responsibility campaign. And there's nothing wrong with small businesses having a social responsibility campaign. Not to break the bank and not to give back more than you can afford, but to find something that works. Maybe you share some of your expertise with that nonprofit, and in return, they feature you at some of their events, or they introduce you to some of their clients. There are a lot of ways to do this. So make sure you think outside the box and don't just think, I've got to give somebody money, or I got to give somebody part of my profits or my money. It doesn't always have to look like that. So here, absolutely. So really thinking outside the box here and looking at where you can combine complementary services to enhance the overall customer experience. What does that person have that you don't have that the two of you can put together? Creation of products that are exclusive to your collaboration, meaning people can only get it if they're referred by the person that you're working with. Even though you have it, it's only offered through that collaboration, through that partnership. You can bring in higher end products. If you have a higher end collaboration where that clientele will spend the money that maybe the current clientele audience you have wouldn't. And then a combination of maybe two huge trends. And this is really popular in tech and other things that are happening, that these trends come up, and how can you connect? You don't want to start a new thing. You don't want a new product. You don't want a new service. But this person over here has exactly what you want or exactly what you need. You don't have to compete with them. Have a conversation and see if there's an opportunity to come together for a collaboration. People always ask me how I get things, and I tell them, because I ask. It's just that simple, because I ask. I don't assume anything is not possible. And oftentimes I ask for more than I ever get, but the bottom line is I ask. And you have to ask. So discuss applicable strategies to realize and develop sustainable relationships that support your company's vision, mission, and culture. And this is really kind of quick here. So how many of you have a mission statement for your company? How many of you guys have, you can just kind of do a hands thing in your box. How many of you guys have a mission statement for your company? So mission statements are not just for nonprofits. A business should have a mission statement too. McDonald's, Nordstrom, Toyota, Amazon, all of them have a mission statement that says what it is they do and why they do it. You should create a mission statement for your company. It shouldn't be an epilogue. It should be something you can memorize and say off the top of your head. This is what we do every day, and this is why we do it. That's your mission. This is what we do every day, and this is why we do it. The Veteran Women's Enterprise Center empowers entrepreneurial women that are associated with the military to scale for success. And we do this through strategic alliances, through leveraging public and private opportunities, advocating for relevant research, funding, and services, and providing on-site professional and personal resources they need to succeed. That's what we do every day in one way or another. What's your mission? What gets you up in the morning, and what is it that you're doing? And the reason why you want a mission statement is you don't want anybody else to take you off mission with their idea. You want to be able to come back and say, that's a great idea and I love it, but that kind of takes me off mission. And I've had to turn down opportunities and relationships where people want us to do stuff that's their mission, but it's not really our mission. And we have to make sure that we stay focused on our mission. So you want to create a mission statement if you don't have one. The other thing you want to have is a vision. And I always tell my businesses, you start with the end in mind. It's very, very hard to create a plan if you don't know where you're going. So did you create your business to be a legacy that you're going to leave to your family? Did you create it to be a community staple that's there to serve that community because it's a need that your community needs and nobody is fulfilling it? Are you building a multi-level business where you're going to have multiple sites and you want to expand regionally or nationally? Do you want to create a franchise? Is that the vision? Because you start with the end in mind and then you track back. What are the things I need to do to get to that point? So what's the vision? What's the vision of your company? Where are you really going? Do you know where you actually want to end up? And I'm not seeing a lot of response, but definitely give that some thought. Where are you going with this? You don't want to just have a business. Do you want to build it up and sell it, make some money? There's nothing wrong with that. Guys do it all the time. Start something, gets big, sell it for $1 million, go do something else. A serial entrepreneur is not somebody that's doing 13 businesses at the same time that are not successful. That is not a serial entrepreneur. A serial entrepreneur is someone that starts a business, is successful, they start another business, it's successful. They don't have 20 things that are not doing anything going on. I don't know what that's serial, but it's not a serial entrepreneur. You want to get your project going. You want it to be some level of success. And then you say, you know what? I want to do this too. But you got that going and you got people working on it and it's making you money. And the other thing you need to remember is that if you're not making money, you're not really running a business yet. You need to get those revenues generating. So you need to be always thinking, how am I getting those monies into my business? What is the goal? What is my sales forecast? And make sure you understand the difference between marketing and sales, because small businesses often get that confused and think that they've done their marketing and now the sales are just going to magically appear. They don't. So you got to have both of those strategies in place and have a vision. What's the vision? Steve Jobs said, if you're working on something exciting that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision will pull you. You'll wake up every morning excited about this because you know where you're trying to go. That's why you want to have the end in mind. I know where I'm going and I know I'm not going to get there tomorrow. So I'm not stressed out. I'm not running around like a madman trying to do 1 million in 1 year. I know the strategy. I know the plan. And then once you know the plan, you don't have to be anxious. You don't have to be excited. You just work your plan. And because we're all ex-military of some sorts, do your corrective action. Review it. If this plan's not working, what corrective actions do you need to put in place? Implement those, begin again. And see, is the plan working? But you still need a plan. You don't just throw everything up in the air and go, well, I'm just going to do whatever. You still need a plan. How many of us go on vacation and say, I'm going to Florida? Florida's a big state. Where you going in Florida? Where you gonna stay when you get there? How long are you gonna stay? Where are you gonna eat? What are you gonna do? All of those things require money and planning and concept around it. It's the same thing with your business. You don't want to get up every day hoping things come together. You want to get up every day working your plan, because I'm telling you, there's something exciting about working a plan. There's something exciting about knowing what you're supposed to do today and then working toward that. Because now you got to go. And you're not just kind of muddling around. You're focused. So we talked about mission. And I just like this little saying here, that leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. But if you don't have a vision, then you can't translate it into reality because it doesn't exist for you. So what's your vision for your business? And vision is forward, 10 years, 20 years from now, not tomorrow. What's the vision for your company? Where is it gonna be 10 years down the line, 20 years, 15 years down the line? Are you gonna sell it? What's gonna happen with it? And then the last thing, well, it's not the last thing, but one of the very important things about building these collaborative relationships is having that culture and value. So what's the culture of your company? It's kind of laid back, easygoing, you know, or are you a little more rigid, you know, sophisticated, kind of on that corporate tip? Are you very trendy, kind of techie, you know, kind of some of everything goes and you're kind of always changing things? What's the culture of your company? Because whoever you connect with, you guys need to have a similar culture, or you need to have enough bend and flexibility that you can bend with that. You can roll with that. If they're more rigid than you are, you're like, it's okay, they're a little rigid, but we can work with that. Or somebody might say they're a little flighty, but they get it done. That's just their culture. That's just how they do things. But make sure you're okay with that before you get into a relationship and it begins to annoy you. And we know how that is in real relationships where you're dating somebody and it's okay when they come over and they leave, but then when they actually stay and all the junk is laying around, you're like, this is annoying. But this person doesn't pick up their stuff and you like to be clean. Or this person just leaves dishes everywhere like you the maid instead of taking it to the sink and washing it and you're like, what's up? So that is that day-to-day relationship, but that's the same thing in business, because if you're really working for profits, then you're going to be working together a lot. And those little things can become big things quickly. So make sure you have the same culture and same value attitude. And my final essentials for a successful collaboration. Are they not coming up? Self-awareness, know who you are first before you even start trying to evaluate anybody else. Who are you? How do you play at the table? What are you looking for? Be real sincere with your motives. If it's money you want, just tell that person it's money you want. If that other person is not about money, they're about innovation, then y'all might not be a good match, because they might just want to create something new and like, I want to do something really new and I don't care what it's going to cost me because I want to be on that cutting edge. And you're like, nah, I really do care what it costs me and I want to reserve my money. So I don't want to just put a lot of that out there into something we don't know is going to be successful. So make sure you know yourself. Scale, because that's the whole reason of doing this, is so you can grow. If this isn't helping you grow, I don't know why you're doing it. The whole reason of doing these collaborations and partnership is to reserve your funds, expand your network, and increase your profit. So that's what it should be doing at some level or another. Expanding your network, reserving your resources, and increasing your profits. An openness to creativity. Got to think outside that box. I always tell people, I don't really think about what people are doing or what somebody else has done. I really think about what should we be doing? What should the client be getting? What should the outcome be? And then we work backwards to get there. So forget what everybody's doing and forget what everybody did, because that may not be what works. It's just what's been going on. You might need something totally different. So what's the outcome you're actually trying to achieve? And then work backwards to get there. Re-engineer, they say. And the ability to envision the future. Vision. Where are we going? How are we getting there? What does that really look like? And ultimately, you're creating a progressive, forward-thinking relationship with other people where you can grow your business. So create your circle of collaborations, ladies. Meet with each other offline since this is your last session. get to know each other, and get to see where there are opportunities to do business together. It is 6:55 and we are right on time. Any questions, comments? I see there's a lot of stuff in chat, but I hadn't been watching chat, so I hope I didn't miss anything important.
Donna Lisa, do you have any questions?
There were not any in the chat. I know Erica shared her vision for And I Like It. And then I believe Lisa also shared her vision inside the chat.
So I'll share with you guys some upcoming things really quick. For those of you who are interested in being in the DFW area or in the DFW area, Dallas Startup Week will kick off in just one more week. It is the first week of August. And this year, for the first time, we have a veterans track. So we will be doing sessions the entire week. One of our sponsors is 7-Eleven, and they will be providing food all day Wednesday. Check out our list of things. Our Wednesday innovation is innovation, tech, and beyond strategies for doing business with the Pentagon. And we have our partners out of DC, as well as those out of Virginia, talking to you about how you can get to the table with the Pentagon. And it's not just tech they're looking for. They're looking for innovative ideas on multiple levels. And they have a strategy that they go about doing pitch competitions and also working with venture capitals, which we will have a female venture capital in that panelist talking to you about the role that they play. And then one of our own sharing her journey and how she would like to get connected to the Pentagon. Right after that, in October, is our annual conference. This year it's supported by JP Morgan Chase, and we just secured 7-Eleven. So there will be 40 grand on the table and pitch prizes for retail and food is our main focus. And then we'll have one other group in there that we're looking at. But our main focus is retail and food that took a really hard hit during COVID. And we just want to make sure that those businesses have an opportunity to get back on their feet. So we're hoping one other retailer will come on board and round that off to a nice even 50 grand for this competition. But the thing you should know is 7-Eleven, as a part of their prize, will be doing a one-on-one merchandising session with the winners to see if their merchandise might be a good fit for 7-Eleven. And we will also be picking 3 businesses to be on site at our VIP session to be reviewed by their merchandiser to see if what they have would be a good match with 7-Eleven. And if not, what do you need to do to get ready to do something like that, to get your product into a 7-Eleven. And again, I'm hoping one of our retailers will come on because not everybody has food and drink. So not everybody is wanting to go into 7-Eleven, but we're hoping a Walmart or a Target or one of our other bigger retailers will come in and be a part of this process so we can have them to the table too. So 2 big things going on coming up really soon. Hope you guys can participate. And if there are no questions, it is 6:58.
AVR, is that at your building? Is that all going to be held at your building?
The VIP session will be at my building. And because we have 2 national sponsors, it's not just a DFW pitch competition. So if we have people outside of DFW, the pitch itself will be virtual. So it's fair to everybody. But we will be on site doing some VIP events at the center.
That week long that you were saying you were going to have food supplied and stuff, what was the first thing you briefed?
Dallas Startup Week is being hosted by SMU. All events will be at SMU. And Lisa, that's what I want to talk to you about. So hit me up if I don't hit you up because I just kind of been running, but hit me up about that.
Okay.
But that will be at SMU all week. They have Startup Alley is going to be Monday night where they'll have all these different businesses featured. We're thinking about doing bags. We know 7-Eleven is going to be doing 200 bags for us. So we may be doing an opportunity where if you want to get your products into these bags to get to these people, there'll be an opportunity for you to do that. But we're just trying to close the deal on where all that stuff is going to go and how we're going to get it all in there. So we should know that by the end of the week. And then you guys would have a crunch week to get it to us if you haven't. But it will be 200 bags and maybe you just do 100. You know, you get your stuff into 100 bags or you get your stuff into all 200 if you have it readily available to go. But that's all I have.
Great. Thank you, VR. Dallas Startup Week is also going to be virtual. So if you can't make it in person every day for the week, Center for Women Entrepreneurs is also a sponsor. So we'll be out there as well. I know hopefully we can catch you, VR, or your session out there. Thank you, VR, for such great information tonight. Always good to see you, and you'll always have good information that's really helpful to everybody.
Thank you for the invite, and I'm sure you guys have some closeout things you want to go over. So I will go ahead and jump. Have an amazing evening and keep growing your businesses. Let us know if there's anything that we can do to support you. Have a good night.
Thanks, VR. All right. Well, can you guys believe it? This is our last night of class. I hope you've all found it valuable and learned something from it while you were here. I hope you will, if you haven't yet gotten in the Facebook group, get in there so you can collaborate with others as well. Are there any questions on anything about getting this wrapped up? Yes, Lisa.
So I noticed with the business plan, then you said something else in the email. There was one other thing that we could submit.
Mm-hmm.
Can we have a copy of that, or where do we go to get a copy to fill that out?
One was an online, and the other I thought I gave you links to both.
Maybe.
Okay. So you should have that. I'll go back after this and double check, because I believe I sent you. I gave you several options there and sent it to you.
Okay.
But I'll make a note here to double check on that. I do have to tell you, our executive director, she's always curious about your jewelry.
Oh, really? Perfect gift for her.
Exactly, because she said it more than one. So
yeah.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions?
Yes. We've got some in the chat, Tracy. So if you didn't get the link to the Facebook group, then you'll send me an email and I'll put it in the chat. And I'll send it again to you. And then Carmen wanted to know, what is the time frame to have the business advising completed?
Well, whenever you want the money, that is part of the requirement for your second half of the funds. So as soon as you're finished with that, again, if you have a SCORE mentor you work with, somebody else is in another program for veterans. So we're going to take those classes as it. That will work. But again, if you have a SCORE mentor, SBDC, if you work with VR or going through any other classes, just write that up when you send everything in. Part of the grant, again, we are an educational facility institution, so it's important that there is always education as a part of the grant. So that's why we have this, and then the mentoring or the advising, because of course we want you to do really well with the money that you get and become successful. I know Justina's been super busy, but you can still schedule with her if you want. And everybody, I really want you to think everybody could use some, I mean, all of us in business, we don't have all the answers. And sometimes it's really good to talk with somebody else about it. Do you have a marketing plan? Do you have your financials in order? If you're talking with new people, do you need a partnership agreement? I mean, there's a lot of things that that they could really help with too. And again, we don't care if you get it from us, but it is just part of this as well.
So Justina, can you put in the chat your link? All of that went out in an email, how to book with her.
Tracy, do you have any, can we contact you? Or I think you're the one that does financials, and just to look over our financials that we're submitting to the bank for loans, or is there somebody in y'all's group that I can have a one-on-one call for that to show what I've done?
Yeah, you can meet with Justina about that.
Okay.
So, and again, but if there are any questions on anything, I'm always there to answer them or to help as well.
Actually, to follow up on that, Erica, I did go and I have an account with Navy Federal, but I did go open an account last week with that BBVA that focus on businesses, and they had a banker right there in person that works with you and helps develop you on site.
Lisa.
Oh, that's great. See, this is why we want y'all to collaborate too, and where you can really learn from each other, or where you've had successes, or who's veteran friendly, or whatever. So that's great.
And on that, just, is there a time limit that I need to get the loan? Because for me to use the grant, I'm getting a piece of equipment, so I need to get a loan for it, and so I'm working that. It's a commercial loan. Do I need to have that completed by a certain time frame? I'm trying to do it quickly, but I'm working with other organizations, so.
Yeah, no, we understand that. Just when you can get it to us, that's fine. We'd like it by the end of our fiscal year, which is.
Oh, it better be done before that.
Well,
I just wanted to make sure.
End of August. So.
Fiscal year. Well, it better be done before that too. I'll make a note of that, before August.
Yeah, the end of it. But I mean, if it goes over, I mean, we've had it before, because obviously things don't always work the way we think it will in business. So.
Well, there's some things I can do. I just wanted to know how soon I should go to Plan B before I finish doing Plan A.
Yeah. No, you're fine. And again, anytime, and I've talked to a few of you, if you need to schedule or change your project or anything, just let me know and we can talk about that, because I know there were a couple that have decided a different direction may be better than the one they had originally planned. Okay, anything else?
Okay, so on the Facebook group, if everybody's in agreement, if you can go in and add like your site, your website, your Facebook group, and your Instagram, and we can follow each other, and that gets our numbers up.
Yeah, and they can share with each other. Others can share your posts as well, so all of that helps.
Yeah, so just real quick about the Facebook group, that's your group. And so we're not going to facilitate a lot of that in there. We open it up, we get, I let people in, or, a preview to join. So if you are a different name, I know Brass Ovaries, she had to clarify it was her, so I could let her in. So if your Facebook name is vastly different, like I can't even figure out who you are, you have to send me a message and let me know that that's you. Because if I don't recognize it, I'm not letting you in, right? I want to make sure that we keep the integrity of the group with just the grant winners. I don't want other people in there that shouldn't be in there. So help me help you.
And Christine, that would be a great place to connect with the other ladies or about stories as well. So that would be good. All right. Any other questions?
Tracy, I had one more thing.
Yeah.
In reference to tonight's conversation about partnerships. I would just like, when you guys go to our YouTube channel, if you go back to December of last year, we had a quarterly special event. It was a fireside chat with Amber Fletcher from Fletcher's Corny Dogs. And she talked extensively about her partnership with Golden Chick, how she came to that decision to do that, the process and the things that she went through to ensure that the Fletcher Corny Dog brand remained intact with Golden Chick. So it's a really great example of kind of everything that she had to do as the owner in collaborating and partnering with this other entity to bring her corn dogs, especially with the state fair. So it's a great opportunity to kind of hear her story and everything that she went through to develop that strategic partnership. And a plug for our YouTube channel.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Again, we're so excited and happy for all of you, and whatever we can do and help you in whatever way, we are always going to be here for you.